Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Phillip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to City Alpha 3, the Star Trek podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Prue, and joining me, as always, Phillip Gilfus. Phillip, how are you doing? You know what? You had a bit of an interstellar field trip recently. How did that go?
It went very well. My wife and I went to England, her former homestead. And so she took me to where she used to live, and then we went to London, saw a bunch of shows, which upon reflection were all American, or at least North American shows. Because we saw Hamilton, we saw Hair, and we saw White Fang. So, nothing actually from Europe or UK. And then did a bit of touristy stuff, and then came home and also did some research for our other, I should say, podcast, Time and Space, our Doctor Who podcast. So it was a fun adventure, and then came back here. And then actually I did speak to some Brits about Star Trek Discovery, because I was talking to them about Doctor Who and being a nerd, but they had Star Trek Discovery opinions as well, so that was interesting to listen to other perspectives as well. So, but back here in the U.S. and here to talk Star Trek, good old Primeverse, what we're all used to Star Trek.
Just out of curiosity, did you get a different sense of Discovery from them, or was it kind of split, kind of how it is here, or like this? You hear the same sort of stuff, or what? Yeah,
it was split because I've heard, similar to what we hear. Some people liked it, other people are like, "What the heck is going on to Star Trek?" And so, it was interesting to get the similar point of view. So, some people were excited, and some people were, "What's going on?" That sort of stuff.
Nice. Okay. Well, joining us normally, of course, would be Darren, but
it was weird though. I don't know about you, Daniel. Have you noticed Darren sweating a lot recently, and then freezing up during podcasts?
He would just he would just stop talking, and then all of a sudden he would just start talking in a different voice,
right?
Which is really weird. Yeah. And I'm like, Darren, what's wrong? And then he would just run into the corner and. Well, I don't know. He disappeared. He doesn't want to be on the show right now.
Which is odd, because I consider him the tether of this podcast that keeps us all together.
Well, he used to be anyways. I need a tether, and there's no Darren here, so I don't know what's going on. But, so we've replaced him. You know what? He's gone. Never coming back. That's not true. He'll be back next week. And we miss you, Darren. But we needed a third voice, and we need to talk some Star Trek Discovery. We brought in the big guns, and we have first-time Trek herself, Andi. Andi, welcome to SETI Alpha 3.
Hey, I'm really excited to be here.
Are you ready to talk some Discovery?
Are you regular excited?
Oh, I'm so ready to talk about Discovery.
Or mirror excited, which means sad?
Well, really, mirror version of excited is really just excited in a different way, and it forces me to confront the excitement that already existed inside myself.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do you have a cool, Captain Killy is to Tilly, do you have a cool candy name or something like that?
I'm pretty sure Captain Candy would die very quickly in the mirror universe. She'd be executed right off the bat just for that name alone.
Yeah.
It's a more yeoman Candy, which I think would be different character.
That's a different sort of connotation, I think, yeah. All right, so, okay, guys, this is what we do with Discovery shows. We just jump right in. No format. Well, at least not when I'm running things. We'll talk about the big thing. I mean, the big thing that happened in this episode, of course.
No, I'm curious what you define as a big thing, but go ahead.
Okay, so my quote-unquote big thing is the actual final confirmation revealed, which was already kind of revealed last week, but they put the nail in the coffin here that Ash's Vok. We've known this for a long time, of course. They've been hinting at it forever, but they obviously now it's crystal clear. There's no ambiguity anymore, and
All right, Andy, can I ask you this question? It's because you have your fantastic summaries you do and all that stuff. So here's a central question I was asking last week, but it still remains a question to me. So we had this theoretically nice and interesting PTSD Ash Tyler story. I mean, you can argue it's still there, and then you sort of had this, sexual assault and POW treatment with Laurel. Then it's like, shrug, guess it doesn't matter, no longer exists. So is that like a storyline that was really pointless, or do you think it actually still has substance?
I don't think it was pointless. I am sad, I think, and I don't think that I'm alone there, that PTSD storyline, that sexual assault storyline, maybe is going to fall by the wayside now, especially since I feel like there were a handful of scenes that handled both of those storylines really well, especially since Star Trek doesn't actually have a really great track record, especially when it comes to sexual assault. Now, there are other areas that I wasn't as happy with, but I kind of mourning Tyler. I'm gonna be real. Like, how much of Tyler is still alive? Is he still in there? I don't even really understand. Like,
so spoilers alert. He's gonna rediscover himself that he really is Ash Tyler, and they're gonna.
Okay. I actually I made this bet last night with my girlfriend, $100 that Ash Tyler is done. We're not going to see him again. There's not going to be this internal conflict. I think he's done. I think that's it. He's accepted he's Volk at this point, and there's literally, so he's been, Volk, this albino Klingon, for however many years.
You just say Klingon, Daniel. I don't know why you have to modify it.
So he's been this person for his whole life, and he was Ash Tyler for, I don't know what,
couple months,
a month, maybe 2 months.
Oh, that's right.
And now he's reaccepted his actual personality.
He's Volkness.
I think if they go back to Ash, it doesn't make sense narratively. I mean, they may do it because writers tend to do these sorts of things, which are terribly frustrating. But I don't see Ash coming back. And you're saying, Andy, you want to see more Ash?
Yeah, I liked Tyler.
Okay.
Well, isn't it?
He was a babe, for one. He was always making these panty-dropping speeches and looking at people through his bangs and just really being super sweet and adorable. And I gotta feel bad for Burnham. Like, girl took a chance finally on love. And this is the result. I have a feeling she is going to end up an old maid at this point, because who's going to want to date after that? Because it would not be me. But I actually do think he will be back, just because that seems to be the kind of go-to move for the Discovery writers, is to give us a huge twist and then immediately walk it back, or like blunt it in some way. So I feel like that would be the way to like kind of like, here's our huge surprise. Oh, but the power of love will bring him back.
Power of love.
He's not really gone, guys. Because I feel like they have been doing that all season long. It's like the second that they killed off Georgiou, they went on like this apology tour almost, and were like, "Don't worry, she'll be back." And I was like, "Gee, I wonder if she'll be back." And then it's just like they bring us these big moments, and then like go out of their way almost to like bring it back. Like maybe they feel like they've gone too far. I don't know. I don't really understand. It's like a roller coaster. Up, low, down, back, forward.
It's funny you mentioned this, and I didn't want to talk about this yet, but it's kind of a perfect segue into what I was thinking. The scene, and this is a very important scene I think we should talk about. We'll come back to maybe the whole Vok thing afterwards, but the transporter scene.
Oh, with the execution.
The execution scene.
I hand quoted. Sorry for our listeners.
I honestly didn't know where that was going to go. I was like, I would kind of be behind Burnham.
Whoa, don't ever spurn Daniel, ladies.
He will space you, man. He will space you.
Not a hot second.
He will watch your decaying body freeze in space. This dude's a cold dude.
I will say, it surprised me in a very Star Trek, really awesome way. I didn't see what they did do coming. But the lead up to that scene, I didn't know it was going to happen. And I'm like, man, is this, if they're going to do this, I want them to commit to it. I don't want them to cheese out on it. I want them to just do it. If this is what's going to happen. And it's not what happened. And I don't think they cheesed out on it, but it, I like how they injected that whole, no, we're still Starfleet, even in this mirror universe. And Discovery has not been great at this so far. Discovery has kind of not
been very Starfleet.
Exactly. And not been exactly on track. But if this is a course correction, or even if this is just a good example of that, I thought that twist worked well. Even if it's a plot hole, because we'll talk about that too. But anyways, I want to get your guys' impression of that scene as well.
My problem is I feel like they use it too much.
Killing people through transportation. You're right. No, I get it. No. My problem, and again, I don't know, because I don't want to be one of those people. But I think with this episode, I mean, I enjoyed it. I just not like, hey, this is a terrible episode. But I just like everything was so telegraphed. Like they spent so much time emphasizing, like, oh man, Ash is freaking out. I'm like, yeah, we know he's Vok. Just stop it. Just say he's Vok. We got it. It's like, it's gone. There's no suspense. There's no dramatic suspense. I just tell Michael, like, just rip. Like, it's almost like they've literally just killed another person of color, because I just expect him to, like, pop up and to be Klingon again, you know? Why are you wearing the Ash costume anymore? And then, like, with the transporter scene, just as she agreed to it so quickly, you're like, ah. And then she's like, let me do it myself. I'm like, okay, he's not gonna die. And then like when Stamets, you know, was like, we've lost, and I'm like, they're gonna kill Stamets. I 100% believe that he's dead, and not 5 seconds from now is he gonna be like, oh, he's back.
Basically, everyone on this show ends up being mostly dead.
Yeah.
I just like it. As I said, it blunts the impact. Is the best way that I can put it. Is like when you think about other Star Trek deaths, usually either they were very out of nowhere, or they were like extremely huge narratively. And I feel like in this season of Discovery, it's kind of just like, not only are they mowing down people down left and right, which already makes it less shocking when anybody dies, but then like they're taking some of them back, and that makes it even less shocking when somebody dies. And I don't know, I like Discovery. I think Discovery is super fun. I am enjoying watching it. But I feel like, especially in those last couple episodes where they've started paying off their storylines, it kind of shows the weaknesses that they've kind of got in their foundation of writing right now. Just an overcommitment to big moments rather than like a steady narrative flow.
Yeah, because it was also, and I don't know, and I guess I can't blame the writing, maybe more the promotional stuff, because I felt like, for some reason, it was like, oh, this is going to be a big episode, you know, something's going to happen at the end. I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm always happy for big stuff. And then because I missed it last night, and I was like, oh, I mean, I got to avoid Facebook and Twitter because something big happened. And then, like, I see, you know, a couple of people tweeting or Facebook, oh, the end, man, oh, that was crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm watching it. Yeah, of course she was the Emperor. Was that it? Maybe there's a post-credit scene I need to wait for. I'm like, what?
I was crossing my fingers. I was wanting Hoshi so bad on that scene.
She'd be really old.
She would be old, but not unfeasibly old. She was pretty young before. Anyways, that's just my fan fiction.
Again, I mean, I love having Michelle Yeoh, but don't get me wrong. But I'm just like, that's obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Michelle Yeoh in any form I can get her, right? Like, they could bring her back 1 million times in 1 million ways, and even if I make fun of how they bring her back, I'll still be like, but we got Michelle Yeoh back. That's awesome. But I'm
doubling down that this is Mirror Universe till the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. Season. But I mean, I was also not surprised. There has been very little that has surprised me about this show. Like, I feel like they're doing so much foreshadowing that by the time they actually give you the moment, you're like, well, yeah.
Well, I was surprised last episode.
Yeah, that wasn't actually a surprise to me. I just
Be
was
the worst.
angry about it. Those are two different things.
Hang on. We're just before we quickly move on to anything else. One thing I have an issue with the beaming scene is the logistics of that scene.
Okay, all right. So
How possibly?
when did she get it to him?
How? Okay, no, she gave him the disc when she punched him in the stomach. I assume.
Okay, you're right. I didn't think about that. I only saw
That
it once.
makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, after I saw it the first time, I'm like, first of all, how did she get a message to Discovery to beam him? And I guess that could happen off screen. I'm okay with that.
Oh, how close is Discovery?
How is Discovery there in order to beam him back to
the
Discovery?
Without
mirror
anyone seeing
transporter.
him.
Without them knowing? There's no way. It bothers me so. Like, that was, sometimes it's Star Trek, you kind of, you can blur those lines and fudge those lines. But, like, I mean, that's a pretty well-established thing in canon. Like, if you're close enough to beam, you're certainly close enough for the other ships in the area to see.
You're close enough to beam, you're close enough to be seen.
Exactly.
That's how you remember it in your head, everyone.
Anyways, yeah, so we don't have to talk about that, but I just wanted to bring it up because it was something that really annoyed me. We can talk about the Georgiou as the Emperor.
We'll have a lot next week, I think.
Yes, it's so funny because I was reading some reviews of the episode, and it's like, man, they are just throwing parental figures at Michael left and right. Like she
we got the prophet.
She's going to go through some stuff. Yeah. It's not surprising they went with Georgiou. We've seen this before, though, right? Like the dead mentor in a alternate mentor universe. Are you excited by this storyline at all, Andy? Like, do you think this is going to
the mirror universe?
You just mentioned, like, yes, Michelle Yeoh's awesome, but like, do you think that this will be something worthy enough to bring her back for, or are you, like you said, is this going to be predictable?
I don't think it's going to be anything super shocking. I think that it's going to be more of Michael having to come to terms with what she did in our universe, and kind of, because she's been burying that. That's the whole season she's been burying that and trying to put that behind her. So having Georgiou come back kind of brings that storyline full circle. And I actually think that's kind of elegant in some ways. So I am excited for that, and I am excited to see Georgiou, and I am excited to see Lorca and Georgiou, because the thing is when people, because I noticed early on that Lorca had really weird attachment to Burnham, and she didn't seem to know why. So this is why I think he did, and this is why I think he was so insistent that she had to live through all of their missions, because I think that this is his end game. So I am curious to see how that all plays out.
So you think you subscribe to Lorca is mirror Lorca theory, which I'm actually coming around to.
Yeah.
First
I have ever since, because when we had our mid-season break, I had to write. I wrote a piece about the two biggest theories, which was the Tyler is Vogue and Lorca is from a mirror universe. The more I wrote about it, the more plausible it seemed, and the more I watch him, and how precise he is with his manipulation, and how whenever anybody tries to go one way, he just brings them back around to doing exactly what he wants. I think he has maneuvered them to this point. And to me, I feel like he brought Burnham because he thought that was his ticket to the Emperor. So I feel like his in-game is Emperor related. And I am curious to see how that turns out. But if I'm right again, I'll almost be disappointed, because I feel like everything has been predicted, and like the way they're playing it out is still fun to watch and still interesting. So at least it's not boring, which is the number one thing you don't want to be. But it's also like, yeah, I wrote about this however many weeks ago. So I wrote about why Tyler is Vogue, So.
And I wonder, and again, this is maybe a nerdy whatever thing, obviously, to say, but anyway. As I watch these things, I'm like, oh yeah, Ash is Vogue, or oh yeah, she's the Emperor. I'm like, how rewatchable will Discovery be? When you're gonna like go back, like watch it again 5 times, like because it's okay. I gotta watch Ash sweat for 3 episodes, and Yeah, he's vocalized. That's why he's. It's not like the subtleness maybe is not always there. That, like, I don't know how rewatchable some things will be.
Yeah, I made an analogy in one of my recent pieces that was like sometimes I feel like they reach for a sledgehammer when they need a chisel. That's more stuff like that because they had 3 episodes where I swear the guy looked like he was gonna throw up on everyone for like every time he was near them he was like, what? No. And he was like shifty-eyed, sweating bullets, and everyone's like, this is fine. There's no problems here. Let's put him right into the heart of a really difficult, delicate mission. He seems like right before they transported at the very end of the last episode, he was like, I don't know where I was. He like straight up is like, I don't know. The things went wonky. I have big holes in my memory. And he just kind of says it out loud. Everyone's like, what? And he was like, never mind. They're like, okay, cool. And off they go. And I'm like, guys, this is the perfect time for like a Picard facepalm. Like, what are you doing here?
I also like how they apparently have no other doctors on the ship, despite mentioning them several times.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, I raved about this like 4 episodes ago. Show us the CMO. Show us the damn chief medical officer of this stupid ship. For the love of God. What are you... Oh, my God. Are you joking me? He's like... I can't even. Oh, my God.
This is how I know that they probably don't even have one, like, in the world, because they're like, oh, Stamets is dead. And I mean, oh, man, it's sad. And then, we tried everything. And the next scene, he's still in the chamber. Is someone going to put his body in the morgue, or are we just going to leave it there?
Oh, it bothers me so much. Like, literally no other medical staff on Discovery, they all have less screen time than Nurse Ogawa. Like, it's like, if you're not going to give somebody the CMO position, don't reference him. Like, I don't... anyways, I wanted to say one thing about Lorca. If Lorca is Mirror Lorca, which I am coming around to. So I was reading some of the evidence. By the way, one of the more recent pieces of evidence is which is silly, but kind of also interesting. The food, the little squid thing that Mirror, God help me, Saru brings to...
Oh, yeah. Prime Michael.
To Prime Michael is the same thing that Lorca was eating in the first episode that we saw Lorca, which is kind of interesting.
Which was the third
something
episode.
I didn't notice.
I think he's Mirror Lorca because he rocks leather really well.
And the other evidence that I was like that I completely forgotten about was his like weird relationship with that security officer that he had.
Oh, you think she's a mayor? Maybe she's
she's also Mirror. That they're both.
That
Mirror.
would make sense because she was.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, you clearly didn't read my piece because I did a whole paragraph on that. But I'm going to let that go. Yes, I think that at the very least we have to agree that Lorca is not from our universe. Now, whether he's from this particular Mirror universe, don't know.
Because he's a little too awesome, I think, to be from our universe. Or is that just me?
At least we know that, fortune cookies exist in the Mirror universe. So, Andy, let me ask you this.
But Mirror fortune cookies have no fortunes.
Mirror fortune cookies have misfortunes.
Oh, misfortune cookie. Crack. You're going to fail that test, buddy. Oh,
go ahead and walk under that ladder.
Unlucky numbers.
Oh man, this is actually a really cool idea. Like every 1 out of 100 fortune cookies should be a misfortune cookie. You're having a bad day. Andy, so if and I agree with you, Discovery has been kind of foreshadowy and pretty predictable for the most part. Do you think that they will show, if Mirror Lorca turns out to be Mirror Lorca, do you think that they will show regular Lorca and he'll be awesome and super regular, like super captain like we know in Star Trek? Or do you think he'll be dead?
I'd imagine he's dead. Like if I were Mirror Lorca, that's the first thing I'd do.
Well, like with the Boran, maybe that was the name of the ship, right? Maybe it really did explode all hands on deck, and then Mirror, Lorca shows up and like, oh, I'm alive. I mean, I'm this.
But here's the twist that I think would be interesting. What if Mirror Lorca is not evil?
He is definitely gray.
But what I'm saying is, if he's from the Mirror universe, Why was he trying to kill the Emperor? Everyone is kind of assuming that he is trying to kill the Emperor like anybody in the Mirror Universe would be trying to kill the Emperor, as in to replace them. But what if that's not what he was doing? What if he's a rebel? What if he is a good guy in that universe?
That would make his initial reaction to finding the resistance to bomb them interesting. I don't know how they would kind of rectify that.
Because even the good guy, and Andy, I don't know how much you've gotten of Mirror Universe in your
I've seen
watch.
the DS9 ones, unless there's another one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, so you'll get to this point then. But so like even the good guys, hand quote, in the Mirror Universe are really
That's what I'm saying,
good.
though. Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, you put Lorca in our universe, and you're sitting there like, whoa, this guy is gray as hell. Whereas in the Mirror Universe, he's like a stand-up dude. But either way, I love Lorca.
Oh, no, I love Lorca.
Lorca is still the most interesting character by far. Like you say, I have had some issues with Discovery being a little too, like, hey, is this or not? Like, Lorca, I have no idea what's going to happen with Lorca. They could make him the villain at the end. Like, he could be this Machiavellian, scheming sort of guy. Or they could redeem him, and, like, he sacrifices himself for the good of the universe. Like, I have zero clue. No idea what's going to happen with Lorca. So I'm very excited about that. I really do like the character.
It was funny, though, with this episode, even though it's been just, like, 5 seconds of the last one, this one, I'm, like, used to Captain Burnham. And it's like, then she, like, was calling Lorca Sir. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's the captain.
Her attitude has always been, I am in charge. She is, like, I mentioned that when they did that super awesome camping trip, the romantic camping trip that they had, where Tyler was the superior officer, and their body language, the way they talk to each other, everything said that no, Burnham is in charge. And so it's actually kind of a shock in that episode where he's like, no, I'm putting my foot down. I'm the superior officer, and she's like, are you?
Well, when you're used to being called number one, you know,
I just think it's a part of her personality. Leadership is who she is. Like, she doesn't know how to turn that off.
So, speaking of the Mirror Universe, a concept with which I hate with every passing day, let's talk about it, because this episode does some interesting things. One of the big pushes here is, like, Michael is trying to learn how the heck can you deal with Klingons, you know? And she has
terrible table manners.
So we get to see Discovery versions of both Tellarites and Robo-Andorians who have some weird voice pattern for whatever reason. I'm not sure what was going on there. Cool. Awesome, right? We haven't seen them yet, and it was cool to see them. That was fun. But how do you guys feel about this idea that all of the alien races are, as Michael tells Lorca, the closest thing this universe will ever have to a federation?
Well, and again, just let it go in your mind. But I couldn't, because I'm like, oh, there's Sarek. Does he casually mention that his son is serving on a Terran Empire starship? But never mind. Well, well, and then does that make sense in what we know of, and Andy, you're there, with Deep Space Nine, with what we know of the Mirror Universe, with, like, I always just felt it was, like, the Terran Empire, and then, like, suddenly Cardassians just come around in, like, the 24th century. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get, like, everyone was there the whole time, and every alien species is like, yeah, let's just defeat them.
I like the idea. Like, I think that's a cool thing. And the cool thing about the Mirror Universe, and I understand you're not the only person that hates the Mirror Universe, but the cool thing about it is the idea of exploring kind of the dark places in ourselves, like the Prime Universe. And in this way, I think it's a nice way of thinking about how even in dark times, people can still band together and fight for what's right. I mean, I'm glad that it's alive in any universe, no matter whether or not the humans are the good guys or not. So I'm always a sucker for that. Like, I always think that that's really uplifting. Makes me want to go join rebellions.
Well, I was, and again, I feel like I'm being overly critical, so I apologize, listeners. But the part where the super weird part anyway, but the weird part where Captain Burnham, because I just like saying that, is talking to Valk, And she's like, okay, deal set. And it's, all right, let's go. Hold on, though. I have a lot of weird, not really professional and awkward questions to ask you. Like, shouldn't you be super racist? Like, why are you leading? I'm like, what does these questions have to do? Like, no, I get it. It's good dramatic, but it's just like in the context of what was going on.
I also don't
It's
understand
like,
why she didn't
have a
know the
drink with
answer
them.
to that question is very simple. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, that's a very basic way to bring people together, is to have a common enemy.
And that's the thing, like, that scene, like, I'm so with you guys. That scene has a lot of layers going on to it, and I think it would have taken a very careful touch to make it work properly, and I think they just missed the mark, because, like you're saying, she's asking these questions, and she gets really basic answers out of it, and it's really just to trigger Ash at that point. Ashvok. But you would think that, like, if somebody wrote that better, that the answer that she got back from Volk would have been something profound, something
That she could use?
that she would, something she could use. Yeah, exactly. She's okay.
You've
Yes,
cracked
of
it.
course.
I'm going to go back to my universe and make
Yeah.
peace with the Klingons using this advice you just handed me. I will say, though, that in that scene, of all of the things that I expected to happen, and as soon as they said the leader was a Klingon, I was like, oh, God, it's got to be Volk. But all of the things that I expected to happen in this episode, before I watched the episode, Tyler coming face to face with his real self was not one of the things I thought of, and I thought that was pretty great. Like, the second they walked in and he was like, oh, I was dying. I thought that was so amazing.
Ash is sweating,
And
guys.
again, he's
Not
sitting
good.
back there, like, sweating and shaking, and everyone's like, yep, this is fine. I don't understand why no one will notice he's in hideous distress. Like, I just want to hug that guy. Or get him a bucket, because he looks like he's going to toss his cookies on the whole room.
Like he's got
it's
indigestion
terrible.
or something. Yeah.
But my favorite part, and I get they have a relationship, was like how long it took Michael to be like, "What the crap did you do?" But it's like, it's all right, no, okay, we're gonna beam up now. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna go into the. What are you talking? We're gonna try to kill him? Freaking out.
This is a perfect time to talk about Ash's voice versus Volk's voice.
It's pretty eerie.
Which weird to me, really weird. Like, he'll drop in and out. Like, once he was having that, which I mean, I guess makes sense because you've got the back and forth of the two personalities. It's just like, but it's, man. First of all, I never would have seen that voice coming from that guy.
I was going to say, let me ask the dumb
himself.
question. I'm going to be the dumb guy here. Does he play Vok?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
No.
So,
Javid
in
Iqbal
fact,
plays Glock. He
Yeah,
is
no,
a
I get it,
real
I get it.
actor.
Right. And that's
I follow him on
I know.
Twitter.
I follow him. His behind-the-scenes photos are very good.
Spot on.
So, I don't know. Let's talk about the revelation scene.
Which one?
Because there's a lot going on there. By the way, I know this is a little off topic. Saru grabs Ashvok and throws him across the room when he's attacking Michael.
Well, he's like, remember, it's like 2.5 times or 3.5 times stronger. Remember, he can sprint like a CGI character.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's actually fun to see it. Like, we're told that about Data and Worf and all these other characters, Odo, and you never get to actually.
We just haven't gotten a chance to see Saru go through Ponfar and crush a computer with his bare hands.
Yeah.
That's really the only way to sell super alien strength, is have him just bang on a computer and have it crumple.
Into Play-Doh. Well, like, I also was like, and again, this is a Discovery issue. I mean, whatever, I can get over it. But I like, everyone just lies to each other. I'm not even talking about the Mirror universe. It's like, hey, this is just for me, my diary. Is there like a version of me you've seen?
Well, how are you going to tell your
Can't
friend that
see.
he's a slave in another universe? I would have been like, nope, haven't seen anyone.
It was weird, though.
I know he has low self-esteem issues, but still,
It was weird.
I've seen a Kelpian, and you could have done it like that,
To be fair, they're both lying to each other in that
Yeah,
scene,
and then
right?
he doesn't tell her about Culver. I'm like, come on, people.
I mean, again, I can see the practical reasons for doing both of those things, but yeah, Philip, I agree that maybe they should have. Yeah, why not? Like, what's the harm in being like, yeah, you're a slave.
Who cares? I would care.
But you know,
Okay, guys.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
sorry.
you this
He didn't get the tricked
right
out
now.
hair
If you guys
and the
end up
cool
in a mirror
nickname.
universe and I call you and I go, "Hey, how's Captain Candy over there?" I want you to not tell me if I've been spaced or if I'm some sort of slave. Just tell me that she's doing great, okay?
Well, it's Yeoman Candy, and she works in the mayor's disco party room.
Sounds good.
this is a good time to talk about the mirror characters that we have not seen. Okay.
Lordy.
So we already talked about Lorca, so we don't need to go into that. We've seen Saru, we've seen Giorgio, we've now seen red-headed bridge lady.
Detmer?
Detmer, thank you, sorry.
I don't remember these.
Number
the characters'
one.
names. Number one. But we have not, and we've seen Stamets, Mirror Stamets.
Well, ish.
Kind of.
A
We'll talk about that
conception-
after.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that afterwards. But we haven't seen Mirror Michael.
Well, she's supposedly dead.
That's because she's dead. Supposedly.
So was Lorca. Is all I'm saying.
So you're saying
Do
at
we
the
not
end,
think that the
end of the next
Discovery
episode
writers
is the
are gonna
Emperor's
pick
like,
up on
how
this?
can you still be my Michael when, shunk, I have the real Michael here.
Or her head on a pike.
Do you not think? Do we not think that we're gonna see Mirror Michael?
Fight regular Michael, and we have to figure out which one's which? I totally get that $100 bet ready, Daniel. And
Or
Lorca has to
Mirror-
kill which one of them, you know.
I'm the real Michael. Yeah,
Just make one of them do a Vulcan salute.
I was.
See which one does it right. Who has the crisper
There you
salute?
go. And they both have a scar on the same cheek.
Well, we haven't seen Mirror Discovery. Presumably, we
Well,
will
they
see
said
Mirror
that they
Discovery,
switched.
right?
Yeah. We went through this last episode.
I know, but I still don't buy it because I don't buy it. I don't unless they whatever. I hate the Mirror Universe. It's so dumb. The rules are so stupid. They don't make any sense. All right, whatever. Okay, fine. Let's talk about the stuff going on in Discovery. You know, during this
Well,
episode.
can I just
Star
say this? And I know this is recorded sort of, you know, without instant fan reaction, which is fine. I mean, I think in some ways that cannot always be a good thing. But, like, dude, I needed a good Culvert wrap-up. Like, you just can't be like, oh, Stamets held him for a second, and then we'll never talk about him again. I'm like, can I get something? Because we all liked him. So.
Philip, the writers want you to know
Oh, God. that
he
he's
will have
really
a
dead.
very satisfying conclusion to his story arc. You just need to be patient, sir.
How normal is it
They
that
want
the
you to know
writers
that.
have to go out and do interviews to tell you that you should keep watching their show because they will pay that off eventually? And don't freak out, guys. Don't freak out. Like, have we seen that before? Like, I feel like I have never seen that before.
We're living in a post-Lost TV.
Well, they have spoken
Maybe
about
that's what
how
it
they took so much inspiration from Game of Thrones, and I gotta say, it really shows. Like, you can really see the similarities.
Yeah, and you can tell I'm not even following the book anymore.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Mayor Culver, so
Yeah, I mean, that's one
maybe
of
Sexy
the
Beard lives on.
ways that he might come back, right? Is they definitely said that he would come back, but did they mean him or did they mean Wilson Cruz? You know?
I think what they mean is at the last episode of the season, when Stamets is finally cured, he'll go to his room and will be the holographic recording of Wilson Cruz saying, "If you see this recording, it means I'm dead, and I learned the following things from you, Paul."
I'm so annoyed. Okay, I'm so
And then the
annoyed.
magic case will open, and inside will...
Be tickets to La Boheme.
This is ooh, nice. That actually would be a good callback. I'm annoyed because whatever they're doing with Stamets, whatever it is,
They're milking
it's an easy out for whatever they've done up to this point. Everything is going to be. It's going to be blah. He's pulling from 8 different universes, and now we can reset. I'm already so frustrated about it because
Is he the do in your machina?
Yes, he is. Yes. It's I don't know. There's not going to be a satisfying payoff. It's going to be, oh, Stamets is going to pull all these different elements together, and now it's going to be okay. Everything is okay. He pulls Culver. Maybe they kill Michael in one episode. She comes back too. Like, it's just going to be this stupid nonsense that just gets magicked out of existence from spores, because whatever, space spores can go through all the universes. And it's just like, it's such a slow burn, but you can kind of see how they're, ramping up to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe my prediction is terrible, but I really hope that's not the direction.
We'll see.
We do need to talk about the fantastic scene, probably my favorite scene in this episode, between Saru and Tilly, which was great. I really liked the whole, I want to be considered for the command
before killing the chief
blah.
science officer.
Well, she didn't. In fact, she tried to get him to pull the doctors back, although presumably you can understand why he didn't do that. I just love Tilly. I don't know. I have a soft spot. I know you don't like her.
I know you two like her, and I know everyone else does. But you talk about.
Well, I was just gonna say that, like, if Tilly. You want proof that where Mirror Tilly came from, standing over your catatonic friend's body and asking for career advancement is pretty ballsy. I mean, I think we get to see a little bit of, like, that ruthless ambition that Tilly actually has underneath all that. I'm silly and fun. And I love Tilly, but, like, she does have that aspect to her, which is one reason why I totally buy that there is a Captain Killy. And, like, you take that and turn it to evil purpose, and you get a woman who stabs her flu-stricken lover in bed. You know?
Is this like one of the ones where, like, she's the only survivor and everyone else is dead on the ship, and you sort of get the Federation news service of, like, she was always a quiet cadet? I don't know.
She wasn't very quiet.
No, that's true.
She does like to talk a lot. I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but
and if you really need to play beer pong in the 23rd century, she's your girl.
Man, 0G beer pong would be quite the game.
But one thing you mentioned earlier with the transporter scene, Captain Burns like, I'm going to do this, and I'm like, and I hope you sure as hell no one checks the transporter logs.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Again,
I was like, does nobody do any follow through?
And I'm going to.
Well, I mean, she did beam him into space, so even if you did check the logs, it's like, okay, he just went into space. Again, that is a giant plot hole, but I don't think...
It was sort of a bit of a Captain Lorca, like, I'm just going to casually press my settings here before we go to Spore Drive. Nothing going on, guys.
To be fair to Lorca, though, Discovery has shown themselves to be extremely unobservant, so I'm sure he knew that he could sneak that one by. I loved that, too, because afterwards, Burnham's like, well, I should check the logs. He's like, nah, we don't need to do that. Unnecessary. I'm going to have you do this instead. And I'm just sitting there like, this dude is a maestro. I love this dude. The way he moves everyone around him, like they're chess pieces. I love him. He's so fun to watch. I don't know that there are very many characters that you can think that they are borderline evil, definitely shady, extremely manipulative, and still go, I like that dude. That dude seems like a good dude deep down underneath all of the leather
Garrick.
And the Gorn skeletons and the eating fortune cookies by crushing them into dust. Like, somewhere underneath all of that is a good dude.
But I'm not saying no to a second date.
I love Lorca.
Well, I also like he's playing sort of the Gandalf or, Dumbledore role in this episode of like, it just came out of the agony booth, but hit it. Hit me, Michael. I'll help you here. Okay. If you just leave me for 5. No? Okay. I love the scene where, like, she just walks out of the ready room, and she's like, oh, yeah, grab Lorca. I'm like, dude, give him a second. Anyway, I know you're supposed to be interrogating him. Back to the agony booth, buddy. But I also love his, like, yeah, you should probably destroy the planet. Sir, we are Starfleet. Yeah, I guess. Okay.
I love the acting, though, from all of them.
Mm-hmm. Everyone has to look like they're throwing up.
Well, let's see. Did we miss anything from the episode specifically that you guys
Well,
wanted
we
to
started
bring
talking
up?
about and kind of got derailed by the Burhnam-Tyler confrontation.
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't know. Again, maybe it's just me. Their romance doesn't do a lot for me for either of them. Again, with Ash, it's hard to take because, it's the conflicted personality. But even if I erase the Vok part and just take the Ash Tyler construct at their word, I mean, he is cool. Don't get me wrong. He is kind of cool. But, I guess I don't really see what Michael... I don't know. I guess I don't like her, you're my tether. And all this talk is okay. Y'all are adults, right? Or not 12, but I mean, okay. I guess it's just...
Did you miss the making out in the romantic space tent?
I guess.
Which, by the way, who built that tent? I still want to know who built that tent. Did the energy beings build the tent? And if so, how? Did the Discovery people build the tent? And if so, how? I have so many questions about this tent. Anyways.
It's their space B&B. If you look on that planet's website, you can find it. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I mostly thought that scene was pretty good. I think they're both great actors. I thought they both turned in good performances. Some of the dialogue, I'm not sure I was completely on board with. I thought it was really, really interesting that the way he started his confession to her was that he was drawn to L'Rell. That is an interesting way to start the conversation of, oh, hey, I'm actually a Klingon. It's like...
I've been seeing another woman.
It was very strange. I was like, I'm not sure that that's the problem, buddy. I think there are other issues that you're dealing with besides the fact that you have weird feelings about L'Rell. I don't know. I feel like everything's very murky. And they turn this this storyline very murky.
I mean, for the record, and again, I know it's me, and everyone else is fine with it, but I'm like, again, the Ash flashback sweating. I mean, I get it, whatever, even though I'm done. I'm like, really, again with the naked Klingon? I didn't... Okay.
I knew you were gonna be...
Okay.
That you weren't gonna love it, but...
Fine.
I find it really creepy that the first time they had nudity on Star Trek was in what I consider an assault scene, and they had it twice.
Well...
And they keep going back to
it's definitely presented that way, but
that's why I meant murky. They've really muddied the waters on all of this. Because is that a sexual assault scene now? I feel like in practice it doesn't really matter because the audience is going to react to it. At least a lot of the audience is going to react to it that way. So in that case, I still think it's a weird place for nudity. But
yeah, and well, what is? I mean, curiously, what is it? So, because there wasn't necessarily any romantic L'Rell Vok when they were, last we saw them way back in episode 2 or whenever it was, or episode whatever it was, 3 or whatever. And so is that, did they suddenly get this bonding over being made humaner or this grand plan over a month, or is it the construct of Ash Tyler?
No. I get the sense that, especially from the end of that episode that you referenced, she has such a devotion to Vok, such a loyalty to Vok that it turns into this emotional sort of thing, and then just carries over. Obviously, and obviously
you're human now, but we can still be together. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it flows both ways. Clearly, Vok also feels this way for her. He says I can't remember the specific terms he uses. It's an affection. It's a
brainwashing.
Well, it's not a brainwashing. I mean, it's brainwashing to Ash because he is a new personality, and that's the most frustrating thing for me about this situation is, well, I guarantee you the Discovery writers will never give us a satisfying conclusion to how did Ash come to be. And what happened to Vok? It's just going to be brainwashing, this kind of vanilla sort of neutral sort of. He was brainwashed. They just added an extra personality that's never going to go in depth about Where did Ash Tyler come from?
I mean, there has to be a
How
real
did-
Ash Tyler, right? Because they asked him all those questions when
I imagine
Lorca
he
first
was a
discovered
real
him.
prisoner.
Could there be a mirror Ash Tyler?
Mirror Ash... Oh, I see what you're saying. No. There can't be a Mirror Ash Tyler.
Why? He was a real person that exists.
Okay, if... Oh, God, that's a brainful. Hang on, let me process this.
Good luck with that. I wish you guys could see Daniel's face as he tries to process this.
Hang on. If we... Because I've never presumed Ash Taylor was a real person. I thought
But remember
he
all
was...
those questions when Lorca was, jogging with them or shooting Klingons on the holodeck that hasn't been invented yet? And he's like, "Hey, where'd you go to school? And what was your mom's name? And blah 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 blah." And
I thought that was just like the fact that she was, part of the House of Spies or whatever it was. I just thought that she implanted that evidence or
The impression
or
I always
whatever.
got,
Remember-
and I don't know if they'll ever explicitly say this, is that Ash Tyler is a real lieutenant who really grew up in Washington and really did all those things, and then got
likes fish.
captured by the Klingons, and then they used him and put him into Vogue.
Because remember, Daniel, the best place to plant a lie is in the truth.
That's all. I never that's how I always saw it going down, but I don't know. I don't know if will they ever explicitly tell us. I feel like for most of this, the science is so out there that you have to be really hand wavy anyway. Because if you start to try and explain it, then it's like, how in the actual hell? No, it starts to break down very quickly. I think, even for me, who doesn't give any. I do not care about the science.
Yeah, that's one of the central frustrations I have with Discovery is so Stamets goes into the
Network?
mycelial network,
The Wi-Fi?
and sees it was an open Wi-Fi, so he sees Mirror Stamets, who presumably is waiting for him.
So because
I'm not sure-
your hypothesis, Daniel, if I'm correct, and I'm stealing your mind right now, is that there is no spore drive in the Mirror universe. However, now they're saying presumably there is.
I don't know. We haven't seen Mirror Discovery yet.
Right.
So, should there be a Mirror spore drive? No, there shouldn't, because at any point of divergence, the universe should be vastly different now. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
And I think they would have kept the tardigrade and not hooked up Mirror Stamets into it, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're teasing with the Stamets stuff. How do you feel about that?
I honestly don't know. I just want him back. I'm pretty sick
and
of
acting
filmy-eyed
again, other than-
Stamets saying weird shit about forests. Like,
And the palace.
I want resting bitch face Stamets back. Okay, I want the dude that reads you for filth every second of every day, and then occasionally is surprisingly sweet. I want that guy back. I really liked that guy.
He's not going to be happy when he wakes up.
No, and I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
I'd be like, excuse me, what?
So-
You let this sweaty ass Klingon murder my boyfriend in an empty medical bay with me right next to him? Y'all really did that? You should burn Discovery to the ground.
Because, A, nobody else works in sickbay. B, no other doctor ever could discover where, assistant to the CMO, Culver, discovered, like, yeah, you're totally almost a Klingon. I don't know if anyone told you. And then crack.
Yeah, there are a lot of questionable decisions there. If you got these medical results, why would you tell this obviously very on the edge dude by yourself? I don't know. I've got whatever.
Well, no, in his defense, he called the head of security. Just happened so that was the patient. So,
Well, yeah, because who wouldn't want their head of security to be some dude you picked up in Klingon jail? Like, personally, that's where I go whenever I'm hiring anyone. I'm like, who's the last person I saw in jail?
It does sound like someone who was from the Mirror Universe might pick as their head of security. So, there you
maybe
go.
he knows
Anyways.
what happened to Mirror Tyler. I knew he could trust him.
I really think at this point Phillip is just trolling Daniel to make his face do these really befuddled things, and it's pretty great. And I applaud you, Phillip. I want you to continue doing that. Torture him, agonize him.
Yes, Phillip is my personal Lorel.
Wow, we're not even...
Okay, so, all right. Well, that was fun. We got to talk some Discovery. And you know what? Maybe we're not all so evil after all. But, Andy, why don't you tell our viewers where they can find you? Because I know, you know what? You have a pretty big following here on the internet, and people need to hear your voice.
And
So
read
tell
your
us
summaries.
Yes, people need to read your summaries and how they can get hold of you. So go ahead and let our
All right,
listeners
well,
know.
the easiest place to find me is on Twitter at FirstTimeTrek, and you can read my Discovery recaps at womenatwarp.com, in which I make fun of everyone, and that's really fun.
And it's also a fantastic podcast. If you're looking for another Star Trek podcast, you cannot do any better than Women at Warp, so go ahead and listen to that. Phillip, if people want to hear about how much you miss Darren, how are they going to get a hold of you?
Well, they can find me on Twitter at NC Public Servant, and also here in the network, as I said, each and every week with my wife, talking Doctor Who on time and space. And, yeah, I think we miss Darren a whole lot. Mayor miss him.
Excellent. And if people want to get hold of me, they can find me on Twitter at WhatUpDan. That's the number 1, not the word. And you know what? We will see you next week talking, I imagine, some more Discovery.
Yeah, and because Darren's not here, we're going to make him do it. That's what happens when you miss meetings, people. So he will be talking and leading the discussion about vaulting ambition.
Oh, by the way, we never mentioned the episode title. It was The Wolf Among Us.
No, the wolf
Nope.
inside.
Wolf Inside.
Nope. Yeah, Wolf Among Us.
But Daniel,
not.
who was the wolf inside?
Well, it was Vok. It was Vok, obviously. I'm Daniel Prue.
I'm Philip Gilfist.
I'm Andy.
And this was SETI Alpha 3.
Come!